President Uhuru Kenyatta yesterday held a 3-hour meeting with his deputy William Ruto at State House. And later on, the president held another meeting with Raila Odinga at State House. And after those two meetings, the Building Bridges Initiative Secretariat issued a press statement. And in their press statement, they announced the postponement of the signature collection launch, which was supposed to be presided over by President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga today. Let me just read for you the statement by the Building Bridges Secretariat. The statement is signed by Dennis Waweru and Junet Mohammed, who are the co-chairpersons of the National BBI Secretariat. The statement reads, 18th November 2020, press release. The National Secretariat of the Building Bridges Initiative wishes to announce the postponement of the launch of the collection of signatures earlier scheduled for tomorrow, which is today, 19th November 2020. The postponement has been necessitated by late completion and publication of the Constitution Amendment Bill 2020, which is scheduled for printing later tonight. That's yesterday night. The Secretariat is working on a new date with a comprehensive program of rollout activities, which will be communicated in due course. Yours faithfully. That statement is silent on when this particular launch will be held. But we can easily conclude that that particular postponement was caused by the two meetings. And yesterday, for those who follow this channel very closely, I did a video which didn't do well. And I'm going to put the link to that video on this particular video. In that video, I indicated, because I did that video in the morning, I indicated that there were plans to actually postpone the launch of the signature collections. I indicated because I had received information that the launch was actually going to be postponed. And for those who also follow politics, especially on this platform, I've always maintained on this platform that anytime you want to read the deputy president, just go to the wall of one man, Dennis Itumbi. And because in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence, Dennis Itumbi made an interesting post the previous day, on Tuesday night. This is what Itumbi posted. Let me just find it. I'm finding it. He's saying, Wednesday, 18th November 2020. That's the only thing he tweeted on his Twitter. And when I read it, I was like, what is this guy up to? Because normally when you see Dennis Itumbi putting some dots, then you know there's something. I asked myself, what could it be? And then later, he made another post. Almost done. That's later in the day. That was yesterday. Then, again, after some point, he completed it. Said, done. Wednesday, 18th November 2020. And he shared the statement by Dennis Waweru and Junet Mohammed postponing the launch of the Building Bridges Initiative signature collection. But why do you think President Uhuru Kenyatta, in his own wisdom, decided to postpone this launch? Why do you think it was postponed? Because that's the biggest question. Today in this country, those who support the Building Bridges Initiative process are very sad. They are wondering why the president has decided to postpone the process. Those who are opposed to it, specifically those who are supporting the deputy president, are very happy. And they're saying that reggae has been stopped. Why do you think President Uhuru Kenyatta decided to postpone the launch of the signature collection? Because constitutionally, and I was looking at the Building Bridges Initiative timeline, they gave themselves until December, I think 2nd, to collect the signatures. Why do you think the president decided, in his wisdom, to postpone that launch? In my view, 3 reasons. Number 1, I think President Uhuru Kenyatta has been under a lot of pressure to allow for consensus building over the Building Bridges Initiative referendum. The Catholic Church issued a statement, and the day the Catholic Church issued that statement, I knew the president was likely to consider their views. President Uhuru Kenyatta is a Catholic, and on Tuesday, the president met with the Catholic Church. So basically, the president has been trying to find or reach consensus with the different groups. Remember, Raila Odinga met with the MCS, and in their meeting, he told the MCS and agreed with them that whatever the issues they were raising were weighty, but those issues could only be considered after the referendum. Who was going to allow that? Again, he met with the governors, with MPs and senators. They avoided meeting with the governors. So basically, silently, there were a lot of rebellion over the Building Bridges Initiative process. And I did a video specifically on that particular rebellion and what was causing the rebellion. You can refer to that video. I think it was yesterday, but one. William Ruto, who is the principal assistant to the president, has been leading his troops in calling for consensus. And to his credit, William Ruto has managed to mobilize different groups, including the church. I'm sure the church were mobilized by the deputy president, to mobilize the civil society, to mobilize several other groups, to call all to rally for consensus. And I think the president gave into pressure. Raila Odinga, in my view, is contented with the report the way it is. But I know he was not comfortable with certain sections of that particular report. And let me hint to you something here, which Dennis Itumbe is saying, because this is actually what the deputy president demanded at that meeting. Dennis Itumbe is saying, somewhere in Rwanda, the 2 teams in the handshake. So 2 teams in handshake, that is like Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta. Team A wants the following dropped from the Building Bridges Initiative. He's saying the police council. Number 2, political parties run IBC idea. They want that to be dropped. They want the judiciary ombudsman to be dropped. He's continuing. Team B said, no way. Without those, there will be no contest. Stalemate. So basically, in my view, Dennis Itumbe is revealing what the deputy president is opposed to in the report. And I did a video on this. Number 1 is talking of the police council, because the Building Bridges Initiative is recommending that we have a police council chaired by the cabinet secretary. The question is, if you have Fred Matiang'i as the cabinet secretary managing the police, and William Ruto is facing a general election against whoever, who do you think Fred Matiang'i will favor? So the deputy president and his team are not keen on that particular amendment. And that's why they want to oppose it. Number 2 is the political parties run IBC idea. There's the recommendation, and I support that 100%. Let just political parties organize themselves. I support that 100%. That IBC commissioners should actually be seconded by political parties. So that we have commissioners, we go to an election knowing so well that the 8 commissioners we have at IBC were actually nominated by various political parties. Just like the previous electoral commission. In the current situation, we have an independent electoral commission. The IBC, Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. That commission is supposed to be independent. They've conducted elections twice. They've failed Kenyans. Kenyans have actually felt that these guys failed them. If you look at the commissioners, let's take the 2013 one. In 2013, we had Davis Chirchir. Most people believe and know that Davis Chirchir ni mtu wa Ruto. So it would be good if people go to elections knowing so well that Davis Chirchir is allied to the deputy president, for example, so that you don't make noise over it. We have 2 people representing Raila Odinga at that commission, so that if they betray Raila Odinga, it's up to him and not the current situation. I really support that move. But William Ruto is not keen on that, because he believes that, for example, if Jubilee were to be given 3 slots, and Rafael told you is still the Secretary General of Jubilee Party, will they allow him to have control? So that's number 2. No, that's number 1, building consensus. Number two, I think the bill is not yet ready. And that's why they could not launch the signature collection. The bill was supposed to be published yesterday. But remember, ukarabati inafanywa kwa hii document. There are new proposals. And you can't just publish those proposals. If you listen to PLO Lumumba, he really hit at this particular report, that it was poorly written. The current report is being written by Professor Ben Sihanya, and a team of 4 experts, 5 I think. So I'm sure they want to have a properly drafted bill. But because of time, they could not beat the deadline. There's some other issues which I think are being considered. So these guys could not meet that deadline. So it had to be postponed. And lastly, number 3, I think Uhuru Kenyatta is the president of the Republic of Kenya. So he receives. Number 3, I think, is about intelligence report. Uhuru Kenyatta is the president of the Republic of Kenya. He receives intelligent briefings every single day, every single hour. So I'm sure the intelligence might have told the president that Kenyans are really against the launch of this particular document or signature collection at the peak of the second wave of corona. I strongly believe so. And because of that, the president decided to postpone it. It could be because of COVID. It could be because it's unpopular. It could be because of so many other factors. But Uhuru Kenyatta's actions are actually intelligence driven. And lastly, I also believe that there could be some disagreements within Team Building Bridges Initiative, within Team Handshake. There are certain elements in that report which they've disagreed with. And because of those disagreements, there's no way the report can be launched. And I've always told you guys on this platform that around President Uhuru Kenyatta, we have 4 factions. There's the factions which believe that the next president of the Republic of Kenya should be Raila Odinga. And therefore, they should come out clearly and support Raila Odinga. You know that faction. Then there is another faction which believes that Raila Odinga should actually retire with the President Uhuru Kenyatta and give room for a compromise candidate. And then there's a third group which believes that amongst themselves, especially the cabinet ministers, one of them should actually succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta. And they've been advancing Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And lastly, there's also another group which still believes that President Uhuru Kenyatta should actually support his deputy. And because you have those factions around President Uhuru Kenyatta, you can't rule out the possibility that these guys disagreed over the content of that document. And I'm sure they did. I don't know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on this matter. And I want to thank you guys for your continued support for this particular channel. And I want to ask you guys to continue supporting this channel. How do you support the channel? Simple. Just click the thumbs up now. Just click that thumbs up button. By clicking it, you shall have supported the channel. And the other alternative is just drop your comment, which is very easy. But the best one is to share this video in all your social media platforms. I know most of you guys are doing it, but just continue doing it. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.